Erika Kirk was introduced to Charlie Kirk through Donald Trump. She had been procured for like Donald Trump's pageants. She won like Miss Arizona or something. She was literally like a registered actress and starred in a reality TV show, a romance one at that. He met her on a trip to Israel. Charlie met her on one of these wall humping trips.
Never before seen footage from Charlie and Erika Kirk's private wedding has been released, allegedly by his sister Mary. And according to sources, there are claims that Charlie was not only elbows deep in a honeypot scandal, he was also allegedly forced by Erika to tie the knot. This information is taking root after fans, online social scientists, and behavioral analysts have dissected their leaked wedding footage frame by frame and came to a chilling conclusion that Charlie allegedly appeared unhappy during the wedding. He reportedly looked nervous, almost as if he was unsure about his marriage to Erika. Maybe it was Erika's heavy makeup, maybe it was her wedding dress, which close sources claim did not fit into Charlie's ideal conservative bridal look. There's also the idea that it was just wedding jitters. Or maybe, as it has now been allegedly revealed, it is the claim that Erika forced Charlie's hand into marriage. For context, it is important to know that Erika is 5 years older than Charlie. She married him in her 30s and had kids in her 30s too. She has at least 2 completed degrees, one from ASU, the other from Liberty, and is pursuing a doctorate. She only became CEO of Turning Point USA after Charlie's demise, not before. The kicker here is that Charlie Kirk often pushed the idea that women should marry and have children before 30. That college was just for a MRS degree, and that women ultimately belonged in the kitchen. Erika's own life, her degrees, the new CEO title, her career, kids after 30, contradicts that narrative completely. So, in other words, Erika was the exact opposite of everything Charlie looked for in a woman. Before they met, she was very career-oriented. We see that in her getting her real estate license for the Corcoran Group. We see that in her association with charity groups, which allowed her to basically travel across the world. According to her, she also owned a clothing brand and worked closely with other brands and modeling companies like Next Model. We now know for certain that Erika's mother, Lori Francevy, had deep ties with military contractors dating back to her association with companies like Raytheon and the multiple LLCs she owned. So Lori Francevy was more or less a non-stop working mom, and this was Erika's #1 role model. This implies that Erika loved to work, and we see this in the way she was always up and about, flying cross countries, dealing in brand deals and TV shows, walking the runway. And not just the little runways that barely got any traction. Erika was in the big leagues. On November 23rd, 2011, she won the title of Miss Arizona, which allowed her to represent her state in the Miss USA pageant that followed in 2012. So let's backtrack this a little bit. Erika holds multiple degrees, ran multiple businesses and charities, appeared on runways, TV shows, and CIA documentaries about power grids and EMP threats. There's absolutely nothing about all of these details about her that scream trad wife, which was the idea Charlie always pushed for. It was reportedly what he wanted for himself. Yet, on the very first day, he met Erika for what was supposed to be an interview, turned into a proposal.
I'm there thinking it's a business interview.
It started that way.
Right. So we sit down, and you grill me for, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Easily. On philosophy, politics,
Culture.
Religion, culture. Economics. What else? Everything else you can imagine, he grilled me. Anything he talks about on his podcast show, he grilled me on. Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Just didn't record it.
And then afterwards, he got finished with his burger, and he just sat there, and he looked at me. And he's like, you know what? I'm not going to hire you. And I was like, that's fine. I don't need this job. I'm doing plenty of other things here in Manhattan. He's like, I'm going to date you. And you want to take it from there?
And you said you were kind of confused.
Of course I was confused.
It is reported that months prior to Erika's supposed interview with Charlie, Tyler Bowyer had been in his ears singing praises of Erika's accomplishments. But that wasn't all. According to sources, Tyler Bowyer also advocated to Charlie to date Erika by basically putting it as a challenge to him by saying that Erika was way out of his league.
Well, I'd never met anyone quite like her. I remember I called Tyler and I said he's gonna have to find talent somewhere else. And whatever opening he thought she would fill, that was not going to work. And Tyler was trying to coach me down because he said that she was way out of my league. He's still right, by the way.
Reports claim that before Tyler Bowyer stepped into the scenes as matchmaker, Erika and her mother Lori had been trying and failing to meet with Charlie organically for years. Recall a certain speech where Erika said that she once saw a man in the snake of a ticket line who looked very familiar and was encouraged by her mother to go talk to him, only to then find out years later that that overly familiar man at the airport, that fateful day, whom she almost introduced herself to, was Charlie.
But just know that nothing is by mistake. Nothing. I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband, well, that was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line, and I remember looking behind me, and in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. And I told my mom, this guy looks so familiar. And as a typical mother, she said, go and say hi. No. We were late for our flight, and I'm not going to come off like a crazy person that's just weird. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence.
It all just sounds like a fairy tale, one that's way too good to be true. And while Charlie was here, it reportedly was. Because according to sources, while Charlie was alive, Erika played the perfect trad wife role so well. She was mostly home with the kids or with her mom, and the few times when she would make public appearances with Charlie, she showed up with minimal makeup, almost like she was carrying her bare face, minimal jewelry, hair worn down, a capsule wardrobe. Erika always had that typical clean girl look, but immediately Charlie's body got cold. She started showing up decked in Super Bowl rings, heavy makeup, and outfits that a majority have deemed questionable for a quote-unquote grieving widow. Right now, sources close to the situation, allegedly close to Charlie Kirk's sister, Mary, are saying that certain individuals, including Erika, pressured Charlie into getting married. These sources are reportedly alleging that Erika was pulling all the stops to get Charlie to give her that ring. This supposedly included that coincidental airport meeting, whispering into Tyler Bowyer's ears to matchmake her and Charlie. And finally, when they started dating, Erika allegedly pressured Charlie into marriage with the popular idiom, "I'm not getting any younger," because as we know, she was much older than Charlie. Right now, more evidence is still being collected regarding these claims, but let's hear what a few people had to say about them. This commenter dived straight into Erika's statement that nothing is by coincidence, saying, "Not coincidence. She was sent to be his handler." Another user placed a bet saying, "So I got $5 that she met DT at an Epstein party and she was planted to go after CK because DT understood the power he had and DT needed an inside person. Once DT found out CK wanted the Epstein files open from her, DT had to take him out. They'd only been married 4 years, and I guarantee they got married in less than 1 year of him knowing her." And finally, the most wildest comment about Erika yet. She has always been a self-absorbed, attention-seeking narcissistic. From her pageant days to reality TV to chasing Charlie Kirk and pretending she didn't know who he was. Right now, more evidence regarding this is being revealed by the minute, and we'll be here to give you the information when it drops. But for now, we want to know what your thoughts are, so please leave them down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And watch this next video because the allegations against Erika Kirk get even more intense. Thanks for watching.